afternoon, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Through the Wire with Coach Reza Nalo. I am Jim. To my right is Jeff, and below me is Coach Rez, and they are live at Generations. Coach, how are you doing?
Good. How you been?
Besides the technical difficulties and that the world didn't end like yesterday or a couple of days ago for the eclipse, doing pretty well.
Hey, we got it. We took it a little bit, but we got it. The first one's always the hard one to get out of the way, that's for sure.
Of course, rookies. I understand. We do it too. But it's all so, Coach. What we got lined up today, especially you guys live there in Generations.
Yep. So we'll have we'll bring our player personnel, director of player personnel up, and then we got a couple players here. So and we got some stuff to give away too. So
That's good. Free stuff. It's always fun. So I guarantee that's going to be an every week occurrence. Free stuff for everyone if you go to Generations. Coach, it's officially game week.
yes, it is. It's been a long break for me.
So how's camp been?
Camp went great. We had 42 in camp, and then we cut it down to 30, and we'll dress 22 or so Saturday night.
So this week's opponent is the Steel City Stampede. Where do they play, by the way?
They're out near Allentown, Bethlehem area.
That's a little travel, but not so much compared to what Jacksonville had to do recently here in the IFL. But are you happy that we actually got a chance to talk about games now, except for speculation and what's going to happen? You've been a busy man over the last couple of weeks, Coach.
Yeah, so the last few weeks has pretty much been talking about everything that we're preparing for, and now that it's here, it's a little bit more real. So, been a lot of work put into everything. So I'm excited to get it all put out there.
Well, I see that we have our first guest of today's show. Coach, who is this gentleman that you brought on this episode Through the Wire?
So we have our director of player personnel, Jay Wilson. We met this year at our second tryout. Second tryout or first one?
Second.
Was it?
First.
Met at the first one, and then he's part of the National Scouting Combine there in Indianapolis. He's the director of scouting for there. So he came out, we talked about some things, and ended up going out there and assisting with their staff and helping them with that combine. And so it was a great time. We got to talking while we we're there, and so here we are.
It's all history from there.
Everything's
I think it was an easy connection for both of us because we're both Marines. So that was
Hoorah.
Yeah, Summer 5. So what you think? What you think so far?
Hey, I think there's going to be quite a few teams that are a little bit upset they have to play us. I was fortunate enough to be at practice today, and there's some guys they're just going to beat up on some players. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, for sure. So it's putting all that together, and guys coming in, sending them home, new guys coming in, sending them home. It's like a revolving door.
Yeah, I told Rez the other day I felt like I was herding cats trying to get players in, and it's a never-ending struggle. But I've been doing this for a while, so it's nothing new.
Yeah, you got guys traveling in from all over the place, and everyone's going to have some kind of issues when they're traveling. So, you never know what's going to happen. I've seen it all in 17 seasons. You don't really see anything new.
Really? Really, Coach? Yeah, there's always something new each and every season. Something has happened. First question I have is the scouting combine. How's that all constructed? How did that all form? And to give an opportunity for these players who, the ultimate goal is to play in the National Football League. Everyone wants to play there. And it's 1,000 players, and only a very small few get a chance to get there. What started the creation of the scouting combine to give more players more opportunities?
Well, back in 2000, Jimmy Kibble, who's the CEO of the National Scouting Combine, was invited to the NFL Combine as a kicker out of Virginia Tech. And, he had the opportunity to play with some NFL teams, some NFL Europe teams, indoor ball arena. And he felt like that there was a big disconnect with some of the smaller school guys, FCS, Division II, Division III guys that weren't getting the looks. And, we look for the players that aren't on TV every Saturday. I don't know why the NFL invites in the 332 guys they invite in, because they have so much film on them. They see them every weekend. They have scouts at every single game. I don't know why they invite those 332 in, but they have a list of about 1,000. And we felt like there was an opportunity there to get some of these younger guys a look from the league to see if we could get them signed into a practice squad or possibly on a 53-man roster. So that's what had happened. I got involved in it probably about 7 years ago. I was looking for a combine for my son to go to. I happened to pull up National Scouting Combine, recognized Jimmy Kibble's name because I coached him in high school. And, we started talking. He brought me in as director of player personnel for them. And from there, we just started bringing in players. It's a great opportunity for small school guys or guys that might be under the radar of some of these teams. And we've had some guys go sign in the NFL and be there for a short drink. We've had some guys that have signed and are still there. But we have players at every pro level around the world. We have a guy playing in Japan that was at our event 2 years ago, a quarterback, and he's been in Japan now for 2 years. And he's making a better living than the majority of the people in the United States. So he would love to play in the NFL, but right now he doesn't have that desire. So that's what we do. We kind of help those young guys out.
They're familiar names, I know. Is it the X League in Japan still?
I'm sorry?
Is it called the X League in Japan?
Yes.
David Pindell and Aaron Ellis, I think, are the two quarterbacks I know right off the top of my head that are in the X League that are from smaller colleges, and they get a chance to shine. Especially, I don't think they got an example or got into the training camp like you guys established, but there are some good, talented players in Europe and in Japan. And a scouting combine like yourself help manage. You'll find a lot of diamonds in the rough, and that's one thing about Willing and Coach Rez here is that he finds dudes from these combines, and they become household arena/indoor football player names. He's talented, and having you alongside, I think it's kind of a cheat code because that means I can't be a fancy football GM like I did a couple years ago.
Well, it's fortunate that I had the opportunity to get all of the numbers and the paperwork and everything on every single player we go through. I have a list of probably 3,000 guys that I've tested over the last 5 years that could still play. So, it helps Coach Rez. It helps other teams also. I have other coaches that call me and looking for players, and I'm more than willing to help everybody out. Now, though, that I'm in this position, I might not be helping as many teams out as I used to.
So what got you into getting into the recruiting situation? It seems like you want to be kind of like a GM.
No, I don't want to be a GM. They work too hard.
Coach Rez said, yep.
That's Rez all the way. I'm not having any part of that. No, I started playing football when I was 5, and I played through high school. And I had an opportunity coming out of the Marine Corps to try out with the Atlanta Falcons as a kicker, and I had a tryout with the Dallas Cowboys back in '81. And the fortunate part for me, I was from the Washington, D.C. area. And the fortunate part was when the USFL, the real USFL started up, one of the special teams coaches from the Dallas Cowboys had become a special teams coach with the Washington Federals in the USFL. So I got a phone call and had an opportunity to go in with them. So I've been around this game for a long time. I turned 67 next month. And it kind of gets in your blood. If I could do this full time and do it 24/7, I would. But in this industry, it doesn't work out like that.
No, you're a kicker, and I know you look at the NFL and they're changing the rules every single year to pretty much either eliminate the kicker or put them in situations where they're almost useless at times. What do you think about the new kicking rules in the NFL?
I lost you there, buddy.
Oh.
I didn't catch.
What do you think about the new kicking rules in the NFL?
I understand why they're doing it. Try to cut down on the injuries and everything like that. But it's almost like at some point they're going to try to weed the kickers out of the game completely. I don't know, take the kickoffs out there and put the ball in the 25 and let them start. It doesn't matter anymore. The majority, it used to be that kickers tried to put the ball down to the 2-yard line so that coverage could stop them around the 10 or the 12. Now every kicker, if you're not putting the ball out of the back of the end zone, you don't have a job. And that gives them the ball at the 25. And go ahead and do that then. You want to take injuries out of kickoffs? Do away with kickoffs and let them just start the ball on the 25. But then you take out the Devin Hesters and guys like that are electric and have the opportunity to break it 100 yards, go full length of the field for a touchdown. It's exciting. I don't agree with some of the new changes. I saw a post earlier today that unfortunately destroying that, it had a season-ending injury on a tackle that he just made in the UFL. Didn't have anything to do with the rules of football. It didn't have anything to do with the new kicking rules. It had to do with poor tackling. It could have happened with the old rules. It could have happened with brand new rules. So it's just going to be, I think in the long run, it'll eventually just go back to what it was before.
Well, the kickers, was a love-hate relationship. When they make kicks, everyone loves them. And when they miss kicks, they're the reason why their team loses, not the multiple penalties that happen before then or miss opportunities. That's a very high-stress position player to play in. Second, I think, to quarterback, in my opinion. What was the longest kick you ever did in your career?
53 yards.
Yeah, that's a lot better than me. I think I can't even hit a 10. Then again, I played offense/defensive line.
Most coaches back in the day didn't like any long field goals. I'm of the age where we transitioned from being a straight-on kicker to a soccer-style kicker. And granted, you got a lot stronger legs, and as a soccer-style kicker, you have a lot more power. So that's where a lot of these long field goals are coming from. Mm-hmm. But as a straight-on kicker, if you look at the accuracy, the straight-on kicker is more accurate than a soccer-style kicker is. So you're gradually starting to see some players that are starting to move more to a straight-on kicker style, but they're still kicking soccer style. They're just not as wide on the ball. But, what you said, I tell kickers all the time, you're going to miss. You have about a minute and a half to determine what happened and what went wrong, correct it, and then forget about it. As a kicker, you have to have a very short memory.
Coach?
As far as the short memory of kicking?
Or anything, honestly.
I'm kicking in a game this year. You watch.
Oh,
I'm,
we're gonna have
I'm
another
kicking
RC
in the
effect.
game this year.
He
Can
wants
you
to
drop kick?
challenge RC to be the oldest professional football player.
Here's the question: can you drop kick?
Yes.
There's more points there, Coach.
I don't even need a hold.
We'll
Do we
see.
get more points for drop kicking this league?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good then.
Coach, I think we
event.
have an announcement to make.
Yeah. So we were supposed to have a beer release come out today, and we had some holdups. Literally about 5:40, I got a message that it was approved. So we have the label you can put up there, and so this will be in quite a few local restaurants here in the area, and also distributed around all of Big Timber Brewing's distribution.
All right, that's unique. You usually don't see indoor or arena teams do something like this. This is trend-sending almost. I think you're the first team to do it.
I think there's a couple other teams out there actually.
Maybe Arizona, probably, but I don't know.
There's a few.
Few?
There's a few. Not many though. Not many out of all the teams. There's not many.
So we have our first comment. Coach Wilson may set the record for drop kicking.
That's
probably
for
Jimmy.
my buddy at the National Scouting Combine.
Hey, we're already setting records. We already got
Yeah.
RC, so why not?
Yeah. Might as well.
So
Say at
how
this
did
point, Coach, you may have the whole coaching staff playing at one point. Coach Porter said he wanted to suit up and play DN. So I mean, you're going to have everybody at this point.
Yep. Max, trying to talk Max into it.
Yeah. I mean, you suiting up, you throwing the pads back on, Coach Rez, throwing the ball around a little bit.
Nah, we're past that one.
he doesn't want to get hit? That's why.
Yeah.
I get my joy throwing in practice every so often, helping out a little bit. So
I tell you what, that's a highlight reel that nobody's ever seen. And I tell you what, those throws, man, those receivers, they're like, oh, he can actually throw the ball.
We actually do have a highlight. I just don't have it uploaded.
Yeah, I may have snuck that to you.
Now, let's just say that it's not a comeback of like Ryan Leaf proportions. Joking, Coach.
yeah. Well, let's
I was going to say, go ahead.
I was just gonna say let's move forward a little bit. I got some stuff I want to give away, and appreciate everything, Jay. It's going to be a fun season, so I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, yeah, I'm excited to be a part of the team. Being a local person, and when I saw it was coming, I figured I got to do everything I can to get part of this. I missed the championship in '75. I'm not going to miss one this year because these guys they're locked in.
Good stuff. Let's see what. Let's go ahead and get Aaron come on up. You might remember Aaron Finch.
Aaron Finch, yes.
He's remembered here in this area too. He played at Wheeling University, local college player here. So,
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I can hear you. Aaron,
Hey, how you doing?
I hear that you are a former player of the Jacksonville Sharks. So we may have met back in the day, and I would just say now you found your place up in Wheeling again with Coach
How
Rez.
did I find my place back in Woodland again? I actually had Coach Rez and Coach Gaiman contact me during the off season, man. It was a blessing, man. This feels like a dream again to have a second chance, man, to be able to showcase my ability, man. It's just a blessing, really. So I'm just more than just thankful.
who's Bob B?
Say it one more time.
Who's Bob B?
Bob B.
Bob Book,
I don't know.
Jacksonville Shark fan.
Oh, hey man, how you doing?
He's a part of the super fan group. He oversees a lot of the I want to say the fan support groups that all the players have in Jacksonville. So that's Bob Book. He's a co-host of mine of the Inside Sharks. Uh, how is it coming back to Wheeling? From you went to university there, you went out to play for a couple teams. Now you're back with Wheeling. What made you the decision? Was it because of Coach Rez and the organization?
And it was Coach Rez and the organization, and really more so uh, coming back to the city. It's like home. You know what I mean? I love everybody that's within the city. They're very supportive. They come out. You know, I know that we're gonna have a very supportive fan base. So it wasn't. I couldn't think more than 3 seconds before making the decision. You know what I mean? So it's like coming back home.
What are some personal goals for you this season?
Personal goals is just be the best version of myself. Put my best foot forward, be a leader, um, and just go out and treat every day like it could be my last. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
go out there, put everything I have on the football field, and whatever happens after that, it'll fall into place.
Coach, recruiting Aaron, what were the intangibles that made you want to go after him?
One of the ones was that he had some experience, and being down in Jacksonville, I know he was in a good environment, understood the game. That was important for us coming into camp. We had quite a few rookies in the back end, and strangely enough, with him being the DB, that year with Jacksonville playing the Ironman rules, was it 21? 2022?
2022.
Yeah, 2022 season. For him to be going both ways playing Ironman really helped him out, because here he's been playing a lot of receiver for us, and he could start at DB and at receiver. So I guess the Ironman helped out a little bit.
It helped out a lot.
So there are some pros to it, but so he'll be used a lot here, and he'll get a lot of good experience and get some good film, and hopefully he's still got quite a few years left. So hopefully we can help him get along somewhere and get as far as he can go.
One thing.
Go
ahead, Finch.
That's another reason why I had to make that decision to go ahead and come back home, because Coach Rez, Coach Game, all the coaching staff, they truly.
Technical difficulties. Jeff, get back. You're back.
Did you catch that?
You dropped off. Say it again.
Oh, I was saying that another big reason why I chose to come back here is just because of the coaching staff in general. Like I said, they're working their tail off each and every day on the football field, off the football field. Like I said, if I see that my coaches is showing a lot of effort for me, there's no way I can't put all my effort out there on the football field and be the best version of myself.
All right, let's rate Coach Rez's quarterback skills. You're a DB. What's Coach Rez's quarterback skills?
Quarterback skills, I give him a solid 9. I give him a solid 9. He be making some plays for real. Like, but yeah, for sure, like a solid little 9.
Well, there you go, Rez.
He was nervous. He was nervous to answer that question.
I was nervous.
He should have pleaded the fifth.
A little Dave Chappelle on here. I do have that GIF here somewhere, so I'm not going to play it. But I remember you here in Jacksonville in 2022. That was one chaotic season as an organization. And you played with some dudes in Jacksonville, and you played against dudes. Who are some of the receivers that you played in the past that you think gave you the challenge or brought the best out of you?
Say it one more time. You
The
was coming.
receivers that you played against. Which receiver have you played in the past? If it's Darius Prince or Lonnie Outlaw or Adam Smith, who brought the best out in you?
Actually, believe it or not, well, the receivers that I was going against each and every day in practice, Cam, Solomon, everybody knows Scary Terry,
Hmm.
uh, Jensen, all them guys, they very, very good. Each and every day it felt like I was playing in a full fourth quarter game. So, and them guys I also, would stick after practice and, teach me what I'm doing right, teach me what I can work on. So just working with them guys each and every day. I also had some vets on the defensive side that taught me a lot. Jabari Gorman, Skip, everybody, that was there. They was very supportive and they, very patient. Sat down after each practice, watch film, go over plays. So just the team that I had around me each and every day actually, helped me get better.
What about the receivers that you go up against now in camp?
I mean, like I say, everybody that we're going against in the campus, they all good in their own ways. I said we have a receiver named Jeremiah. He's very good. Jeremiah, he's played at Central Michigan, I think, or Central Ohio. I forget the exact name of it, but he's very good.
So you're looking forward to the season? Because I know it's game week, and I know camp is usually players don't like camp the most. They like game week. Are you looking forward to hitting someone else besides your own players?
Yes, sir. I'm very excited for the season, man. But at the end of the day, man, it's really we're not even worried about who's in front of us. We got to worry about ourselves. We got to take each and every week, find ways to improve on ourselves. Each and every opponent is a faceless opponent. It's really about us as a team and how can we get better each and every week. Be
Well,
the best
coach,
version of ourselves.
you know how to pick him. Aaron's a good dude. Like
Yes, sir.
I was cheering for him a couple years ago. Now I'm still going to cheer for you now here up in Willing. So,
I appreciate that.
Coach, one other thing. I meant to ask you this a couple weeks ago. What the identity of your defense is going to be compared to the identity of your offense?
Well, I would say overall very physical.
Hmm.
Um, we're going to be very physical up front. It's going to be hard for the other teams to block our front, which is going to make it easy for the secondary to make some plays. And offensively, we're going to be aggressive as well. I think we complement each other well.
Hmm.
We see the best versions of ourselves in practice. Our best every day. So that's been nice to build upon and get ready for the upcoming season and where we're at this week. We got a pretty good game plan in. We're meeting. I got offensive meetings this evening after the show. So um, we're all excited. We're just ready to get after and get rolling.
We're travel when you get to the game. When's the kickoff? Is there live stream events for this game this week, or is it just Facebook updates or Twitter updates?
I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be on the road.
Hmm.
Um, I'm new to this league that we're in, so um, I've been busy in other leagues, so I'm not quite sure the whole ins and outs of here. I know our home games will all be broadcasted through YouTube, which is a big thing for us for our future. So with some things we got coming up, but other than that,
Hmm.
I think one of the teams got something where they got a network that they stream their games on, and then some of the other teams do some other things. I'm not 100% sure until we'll find out when we're warming up. I would assume. So we'll have some people on standby to get whatever information out that they have
All right, so that is Saturday.
this
This
Saturday.
Whew, game day. I
Yeah.
actually got a game to look forward to. My boys are off, but the season's been questionable for me on my end. But coach, I know you got Aaron, you got some studs on your team. comparing, not really comparing. What do you know about Steel City? What do you think they're going to bring to the table? Or are you just focused on yourself, your organization, and your team at this moment?
Well, I would say most important, we've got to take care of ourselves first. Camp was quick, but it was, we got after it. And this week, a lot of our partnership stuff kicked in, and guys are just starting to get some treatment and go do some cryo and different things like that. And it's pretty neat for them to be a part of some of that stuff. Some of the guys coming from some of the schools they were at, they weren't used to some of the cryo stuff and the different things like that, and got massage and chiropractor stuff, and a great medical team with Willing Hospital. So that's been pretty good for us, and the players are going to be taken care of. So I think that's what is most important. Is going to prepare us to be pretty successful. So it takes everybody. It's not about me. It's not about the coaches. It's not about just one or two players. I like the organization itself. Gritty, the grit that we put after there, and this area here is a blue collar town, and it's a sports town. So, I'm looking forward to see what kind of things come from everything, and with our 3-year agreement with West Banco, we plan on being here for a long time. So, not many teams have had a commitment multiple years starting out. So, I like to think we put in some work this off season, and it's a testament to that. So I'm excited for what's to come.
All right. Jeff, you got anything for Aaron?
No, I mean, him and I, we've had the opportunity to talk during practice and stuff and different things, and I've been filming some practices for coach, so the guys are, yelling up to me, making sure, hey, did you get that angle? Yeah, I did. That way they can see what's going on film when they're with the coaches and things. So it's been definitely a good relationship to get to know the guys a little bit better. But yeah, just making sure that they're ready to go and, giving them the best film possible, because, like Coach Mon said this past week at practice, we're watching the film to make sure, because we can't watch ourselves. You know what I mean? So you're watching yourself on tape to make sure you're doing the right things, you're in the right position, you're in the right places.
Aaron, where can the fans follow you on social media? Because I know social media is big for everybody, but you are part of Willing and you have a brand. So where can the fans or your family or anybody reach out to you to get a hold of you?
So overall, where can the fans reach out to you, social media, different things like that? Social media.
Yeah, social media has been a big part of this organization, because it's been allowing fans to reach out to us.
What's your personal social media?
My personal social media. I'm sorry. You can follow me on Instagram at heaven_sent8. Heaven_sent8.
That's your first difficult
There it is.
handle that you had.
The trend ended. Dang it. But Aaron, go spend some time, get some food at Generations. That's a great sponsor for Willing. Thank you for coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Coach, I know we're at Generations. What's on today's menu for you? I know you've eaten there almost every single day since you've been up there.
Oh, well, I finally had the pork chops last night, so I've been looking forward to that for a while, and that they were what said they were going to be. They were pretty good. So I've ate quite a few different things here on the menu, and I haven't really had anything that's not good. So I enjoy coming here and eating the meal. I've ate here 3 times a day, a couple times. So they've been good to us. So we're excited for that partnership as well.
Speaking of partnerships, we have some giveaways that you want to announce. Am I correct?
Yeah, we do. I got some couple sets of season tickets. Got some merchandise. The sound in here is not very good, so be hard to kind of do that. So I'll just walk around and kind of hand some stuff out, drop it on them.
Oh, so you guys show some love for your Facebook people. People are watching it from home.
Well, we got some giveaways for the people here at Generation. So if you want to get some stuff each week, you got to come on out. So this was our first one. We'll have our beer release party next Wednesday, so that'll be pretty cool. We just had to bump it back a week with the waiting on the state to finish their end of things, and that happened at about 5:40 today. So that should be pretty fun. We had a couple dancers come out here tonight, so they were looking forward to that. So hopefully we can get a couple of them back out next week.
We had a fan chime in. What are your expectations for this year, Coach?
Well, the expectations are what they are every year. You want to be there at the end. And, for me, taking it last year off, I was fortunate to be in the championship game 3 out of 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to think that, that's where we're going to be this year. So we got a good group of guys. We put together a pretty good roster. I'm excited to see some of these guys grow and get some good film, and hopefully we can help some of them move on.
It's always the goal, and we've talked off air about future goals for this organization that I'm really excited to come to fruition. They're led by the right man. They have a good organization, and Willing's a good sports town. I saw something on YouTube the other day for the hockey team. They packed the building there. They love their sports there in Willing. So Willing fans, if you're watching this live on YouTube or you're in attendance right now, get your season tickets now. And also, we had a question earlier about season tickets. Talk about ticket prices and nosebleeds to invite VIP sections in the arena, Coach.
Yeah, so the good thing is there really isn't any nosebleeds in West Banco, so every seat's a good seat.
Mm-hmm.
Section 300, season tickets for Section 300 are $55. That's for 5 games. And then you've got Section 200, which is $90 for 5 games. And then Section 100 which is our closer rows to the wall, 5 games for $170.
Not bad. That's a good bargain. I'm just saying to the fans out there, if you haven't been to an indoor football game or any type of indoor/arena football game, they're a party, they're enjoyable, and there's a lot of beer. We've said before on the show, if there's beer, people will come. And the Willing has their own beer label coming, so hey, we can start doing that. So, Coach, we've been on the show for 40 minutes, wrapping it up here. What you got? I know game week's coming up, or this week.
Yeah, we got. I wanted to get one of my guys up here.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty cool season for us. Portis.
Andre Portis. That's right.
Have Andre come up for a couple minutes. He's been on before, but he was out and about, so I wanted to make sure he got him over here and say a few words and whatnot. And so we're excited to get him another year. Has it been 13 years since you played for me last?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's a long time. So one of those situations where his rookie season played, got to coach him his rookie season, and then here we are 13 years later, and he's got another. He had a few years off, so he's getting back in shape and getting back ready to roll, and he's looking good. And this week has been a pretty good week for him. He's got about another 2 or 3 in him. So we'll get through this year first, and we'll see how his body says after that.
Oh yeah. How you doing?
How's camp treating you so far?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
How's
yeah.
camp treating you?
Oh, camp's good, man. It's been fun, man. Meeting a lot of people. Like you said, people coming in, people coming out. So just meeting a lot of people, getting to know them. A lot of young players, but hungry, and very exciting to play with. So I'm looking forward to this first game with them and see how let them get their first arena game, so them getting their feet wet, and just to see them excel and do what we do best, dominate.
Well, we've talked about this before. You're not the oldest player on the team.
Playing with that one. Huh? Yeah, you're right. Agent number the number though.
Yeah.
So once we're on that field, we all wear uniforms.
That's
you
rare.
See our faces.
That's rarity. 13-year vet, you walk in and you're not the oldest person on the team.
I know, right? Hey, yeah, you're right about that. You're right. I'm the youngest, man. I feel young now. He makes me feel young. RC makes me feel young for sure.
So how
go ahead.
I was going to say, how much you looking forward to actually hitting someone else beside your own teammates?
Oh, I'm excited because in camp we can't tackle the quarterback. We do a lot of thudding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really taking people to the ground and really, this stat week. So, we're excited because this one it counts. The eye in the sky don't lie. And we plan to come out there, dominate, play fast, and show Willing what we're about and what's the future holds.
That's good. So the camp's been going good. You got game week. Is there any pre-week ritual that you do as a player or pre-game ritual that you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna always do it. Salt and pepper we eat after the sack. So after the sack or introduction coming in, I'll take that knee, do that salt and pepper, let you know we eating today. So absolutely.
Well, Coach, we've had him on the show before. What have you seen him compared from recruiting to now what you've seen him in the last 2 weeks in camp? What have you seen improvements on, or describe him?
From the first year, or just from getting them to come back?
Yeah, 13 years
so
since
first year he was a youngin. So he didn't really have a whole lot of experience, with pro stuff, coming out of school at Marshall. So where he's been to now, he's been with some good teams, won a few championships with one of the top organizations, in the game. They fell off a little bit, but I'm sure they'll right the ship at some point. But it's hard to replace, the shoes of the coach that retired. So, but luckily he's got his own blood that took over. Well, he's still on staff, but I'm sure he'll take over at some point to continue that. But so where he's at now, I mean, he's more experienced, so he's gonna learn how to do a few more things, and so he already can tell how he's taking advantage of certain rules and different things like that, of stuff that he didn't know the first year.
Go ahead. You're about to say something. It's like, just elaborate more on that, on what Coach just said, Andre.
Oh no, we coming into the game, it's like you just see it for I'm not a lot of people when they're new, they kind of still learning the game, learning the rules, learning what to do. And now it's being experienced, and it's just I just know what to do. I see down the distance, or see what they're gonna do before they do it. So it's allows me to play fast and not think. Because I tell my teammates, I don't care if you make a mistake. You're making 100 miles an hour, you didn't make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But if you make a mistake and stand there, then you made the mistake and everybody see it. So it's about, now the game is slow for me, so I can play fast and I'm not thinking no more. Like when I was young, I used to think a lot. Now it's just read and react. I just know.
Fan question for you here, Andre.
What's the most important advice you could give to a young guy, team dealing with stressors in the arena football season?
Just, look to the vets, talk to us. If you're confused or something, come to us. We here for you. So that's what I'm here for. If you got any questions, come ask me. If I can help you, I'm helping you. We got to stay after practice, we stay after practice. So whatever, don't be shy. Let yourself, you're a professional. So act like one and talk like one and stand up for yourself and ask questions. And, the one that asks the questions, you can tell he's learning and he's going to get better. The ones that's not asking questions are the ones that's going home. So I say ask a lot of questions and don't feel like, we're going to look at you wrong or push you away or anything like that.
I know Coach has a different perspective from a player, but in your opinion, when does a rookie stop being a rookie during a season?
When does what? Say that one more time.
A rookie stop being a rookie during the season.
When a rookie stops being a rookie during the season. I don't think they do. I don't think they really do, though, in the first season, because they're going to encounter stuff that they hadn't been a part of at some point, because they haven't seen everything. Really, once we get into the fire and we start putting on, I don't really look at them as rookies like that through. Once we get to the end, we've done pretty good back and forth, offensively and defensively, and everyone feeds off each other, and they'll get on us a little bit, and then I'll hit them with a little tight end corner play, and then everyone's laughing, having a good time because they just got smoked, and then they'll come back and then stop us, and then so it's good. Practice is fun, it's competitive, and that's the atmosphere you want to create. And that's what's going to, propel us to be, pretty dominant against the teams that we face.
I think it's funny. It was the other day in practice. You told Coach Mon not to run. He said, "Don't run that diamond. Just don't do it. We're doing something else. Don't do it."
Well, we had Khalil on the show last week, and Khalil's all over the place. I mean, we got a few guys that are under the radar, guys that were overlooked that should be playing at other places. So I'm fortunate. We're excited, happy as an organization that we get to have the chance to give them the exposure and kind of help them propel them going out to their career, the start of their career, and that's what this level is about, developing guys and helping them move on. But we're also creating an atmosphere where guys aren't going to want to leave. This is going to be a very good place to be. The whole train guys to stay and not to leave to go somewhere else. So, but that is all aspects. That's more than just football. It's about life and taking care of the guys and providing them with other opportunities. And some of these guys don't really know what they're going to do after football. So, some of them have the opportunity to relocate and move and change up, and maybe some of them might network and get a job and stay here and then play for 5 more years. So, stuff like that is what we'd look to try to build.
So, Coach, do you have a pass play for Andre or no? Because big men get a chance, and you've been notoriously known to give your guards the ball in the goal line scenarios. So, you gonna give him the rock one time?
Well, I mean, that's up to him. We can get him in the backfield some. I mean, he plays some fullback a little bit.
Oh yeah. Look out for him on kickoff return.
Well, what's funny is we have quite a few guys that can play both ways: offensive, defensive line, wide receiver, DB. And I don't know if that's from the type of guys that we recruited or just the experience that they've had. There's a lot of guys that play certain positions in high school, and then when they transition to college, they stick to that one side, obviously. So some guys, get to live the glory of going back and toting the rock some, like Joel does. And with Portis have that opportunity, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. I think, matter of fact, rookie season, I think we had you in jumbo package.
Yeah, it was.
That first year. Yep, sure was. It just comes back to you like it was yesterday.
There you go.
Well, you got to be a
that sounds
different type of
good.
character.
Well-
You got to be a different character to play fullback compared to the defensive lineman. So,
Oh yeah, definitely. Better bring that boom.
for me, I've always dreamed to have a rushing touchdown. But the only time I carried the ball once, I lost 6 yards. Because my buddy couldn't block, and I got nailed by a linebacker. I was like, I got the ball. Done.
I got hit. Oh man, but
Well, we appreciate it. We had a good camp. We'll need to start getting some stuff put together and get wrapped up. I'll get some of this stuff handed out. We already gave a set of season tickets away, so that's cool. I'm sure they weren't expecting that, and we're surprised. So just little things we want to try to do and create a good atmosphere for everybody and have put on a good show. That's what we're looking for. So we'll get some stuff rolling for next week with the beer release party, and that'll be pretty cool to have our own team beer. And I haven't had that in 17 years, so that's pretty awesome.
Well, Coach, been a while. How was the season ticket party on the 7th?
Oh, the
How'd
season
that go?
ticket party was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great turnout.
Great.
Majority of the tickets were picked up. I was surprised at how many people actually came through, especially for the first one. You never really know when you have a first event like how it's going to be and who's going to come and how's it going to turn out. So you're not quite sure what all you should do for it and put together things. So, but now we know that the support we're going to have and everything's kind of shown that to now. So the real testament is going to come, next Friday night and see what kind of attendance we have. I'm looking forward to that. Our owners are very interested to see how that's going to be, and I think it's going to be great. It's a football town, it's a football community, football region. We're all over the radio, all over everything else. So it should be a good opportunity for fans to come on out.
Sounds good. What's the number at? Can we announce the number of season tickets we got?
So total with.
Number?
So if we combine all of our partner tickets, we're close to 800.
Impressive. That's pretty good. pretty good.
Yeah, close to 800 total season tickets. So we're excited about that. Our partnerships that came on board with us are great businesses in the local community. You can check out all of our partners on gowvminers.com. You can check that out. We're looking at, I think we're up to about 47 partners there now. So that's including all of our food partners and Generations being one of them. So, I think it's going to be a great season. We keep saying that, but I've been looking forward to this for a year and a half. So, taking last year off, it's been a very long off season for me.
Well, Coach, I know season's around the corner. Literally are days away. When does the team when you're traveling? Is it Friday for a Saturday game, or are you leaving earlier than that?
Yeah, so we'll actually leave early Saturday morning because it's not terribly too far. But the way that the venue's set up and whatnot, we'll get there. I got some stuff planned during the day, but we'll stay, once we play the game, we'll stay the night there and then leave first thing in the morning. So all the other games we'll leave the day before, but this is the only one that's haven't really traveled like that before, but we got it broken up pretty good, so it'll work itself out, and guys will be ready to roll. It's our first one, so they're going to be excited no matter where we go, I don't think.
Well, Andre, do you have any other news to break, social media for the guys to follow or the fans to follow before we let you go?
All I want to say to the fans is get ready for a show.
Well, well, Coach,
yeah.
Any final words, announcements, what's coming up? Well, the game's this Saturday, so anything else around the corner that will be something publicized?
Like I said, that beer release party next Wednesday, we'll have our beer come out, so that'll be pretty cool. And then our first home game Friday, most importantly. So I'm looking forward to see that and then see what all happens with that and what kind of turnout we get.
Also, where can the fans find tickets if they want to get tickets for next Friday's home opener?
Yep, so tickets can be purchased through our website at gowvminers.com, but also they can be purchased at West Banco Arena box office. They can call in or go in person. So that's been pretty cool for them to take care of that stuff and not have to worry about the ticket aspect.
Again, I always said this to people, especially from Jacksonville and other arena teams. To avoid Ticketmaster and the ridiculous fees, just call the organization or go to the arena. You avoid those $30 to $40 fees. I went to an event not football event recently, and the fees equal another ticket. So I basically was buying 2 tickets for one person. So call the arena, call the team, get around those fees, and help support your local team. Well, Coach, first time at Generations, a big sponsor for you guys. We'll fix it a little bit more, get better next week. That will be more live, especially there'll be more beer involved, apparently. So, want to call it a day?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been Through the Wire episode 9 or 8. We're losing track. The season is here. 8-game season's underway. And when we come back next week, we'll be talking about beer and the results from the week 1 matchup against the Steel City Stampede here on Through the Wire, sponsored by Inside the Walls Network. I'm Jim. That's Jeff in the corner. He's slowly moving away from the camera. And, of course, that's Coach Resinalo. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next week from Generations and myself here in Jacksonville. I'll eventually be in Generations. Just that'll be later in the year. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next week.